Garth Brooks.
That was great. Thank you. Welcome. I hope everybody else is not as nervous as I am today. It's going to be a great day. Woke up feeling good. Of course, when you're Mr. Yearwood every day, you wake up feeling pretty good. Just excited. I will tell you this is odd. Usually all these press conferences we do, I do with the Queen with me. So this is the first one probably 2 years I've done by myself. So I won't use the right words, and my grammar won't be the best. But at least I'm not chewing gum. That's what she always gets on me for. Not really a statement, as to say, other than got to step into the house yesterday. It's a cool place, man. It is a cool place. Feels good. Don't know if I deserve to be there, but it treated me. It welcomed the band, everybody. So I hope it knows its heart and soul. Because you might have sat in front of as big of a country music fan, but you'll never sit in front of a bigger one. So just enjoying that house right now and how it feels when you walk in with your guitar. Miss Nancy, you said we're talking about, seriously, we're talking about the Ryman performance tonight. Really don't know how to separate those two that much in this opening speech here. So it would help me a lot if Nancy gives me the okay, instead of giving some kind of long dialogue at the front, just to take questions. And if we take questions, then the thing that I ask is, if you ask a question, please just identify yourself so I'll know who I'm talking to. If we've not already met, probably 90% of the people here we've already met, but please do. Yes,
We're
ma'am?
just going to turn the level up on your mic just a little bit, please.
Okay, yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm a real soft talker, and my apologies, guys. I'll try and keep it up by myself. So, yes, sir. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. Good seeing you.
Good to see you. Oh, we're going to hug. Everything good? Hugging it out with very close. Spirit. Sorry.
How have you been?
Very spirited.
You look
Thank you. 2 questions. First is, am I right that you've never played the Ryman before?
I got to do Loretta Lynn's Lifetime Achievement there, where I had to stand in for Conway on Cold as Ashes. That's the only time I ever got to stand on that stage.
The other part is you have a lot of gear on stage on the tour. How much of that will you be able to use tonight?
Oh, no. This is a once in a lifetime show. That stuff's
down?
Yeah, that stuff's in Anaheim. So we're getting ready for the tour next weekend to start up again. The final leg of the 3 years of the North American tour starts next weekend. And so, yeah, what you're gonna see all the people, which is the most important part of any show there is. So you're going to see Bob, Vic, Gant, all those guys that play. But yeah, we're going to approach this one very different. This is more about. It's pretty cool. It's what I love about this evening. This is more about what country music has kind of meant to this artist, and what that house for sure means. I mean, never stepped in it for a reason. That's because, one, you don't feel you deserve to be there, but two, all the gods have played there. So you're kind of leery about walking in there. It was, like I said yesterday, man, it felt, I don't know how to say this without saying egotistical, but it felt very welcoming. If that's a fair word, home, maybe. It felt good. Yes, sir. You look great. You doing good? I didn't see all you guys in a furlong. I'm seeing right.
Have you wrestled a bit with the opening song tonight?
Yeah.
Come to any conclusions?
No.
What's going through your mind about that?
No, there's 2 opening songs you got to think of. What's the first song you're going to play when you step on Ryman? And what's the first Garth Brooks song you're going to play? It ain't going to be the same thing. Garth Brooks is way down that list. So I think we're just going to, I think for me to stop doing this, you can hear this in my voice. For me to get through this, I'm going to have to talk for a little bit, sing some stuff. Because truthfully, man, I'm trying not to bawl like a baby. Because I don't know, I'm sure you get this because me and you have done our whole career together. People that walk in and play that building without going, holy shit. I don't know if they get it. That building is, that building's great. One of the greatest decisions anybody ever made on the planet was not to tear it down. So that's trying to figure that out. And you'll run through the list with me, because you know me, I talk out loud. So tonight, you'll run through the list. You'll be sitting there at the first show going, what in the hell is this guy doing? I'm just trying to gather all my stuff from falling out of my head and my heart, just because that first song is so important.
Well,
Yes.
the mother will make you feel at home.
What's that?
Mother will make you feel at
Sure
home.
does. I can guarantee you this, it will be country. It'll be probably one of the greatest, either country songs, country records, or from one of the greatest artists ever. I think that'd be the salute to start. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to know, obviously, the show tonight is about celebrating Sirius XM and having a brand new Garth channel. And the thing that I find so fascinating about you is that you have the distinction of having started your career when there wasn't a Facebook, a Twitter, before Sirius XM was really a huge thing. And now, not only are you going with it, but you are leading the way and setting the standard. And so can you just talk about embracing mission and having a successful career in country music?
First of all, thank you. It's very sweet. You've known me forever, so you know Bob Doyle, the guy that's been there since day one. You surround yourself with people who are sincere about the music. That's what it's all about. So the fact that you said this is about Sirius and launching Sirius is going to be the first one to tell you this is about making choices. There's a reason why you've never played that. Why now? I don't know. I have no idea, but I can tell you this, it's not about Sirius. This is about an event that they probably wanted to get. They have this kind of a thought on how they do their things. They'll put an act into a small place. They'll put an act into a smaller place. Garth Brooks has people in the seats will be listeners, but a lot of them will also be the people that put me on that stage. Every player, the basic seven, of course missing Mike Chapman, but the basic seven of the 7 players will all be there tonight. The engineer that engineered all those records is not producing. He'll be there tonight. So it's going to be a cool night. I'm excited a lot for that reason too. The house you're playing, the music you're playing, but probably most importantly the people that are in it that you're playing for. That's what I'm going to be focusing on. Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing good. I have a really weird question.
Yes, ma'am.
I remember when you made history, when you played Central Park.
Mm-hmm.
1 million people showed up. Well, the Ryman only holds 2,362. What is your thoughts of that milestone in your career versus this milestone in your career? And is there a difference from your heart to your head?
I'm probably feeling the same kind of good anxiety, if that's good fear, all those good nervous things. Probably feeling all the same there. I think where Central Park was cool for its size and stuff, but think about it. Who played Central Park? Simon and Garfunkel. So that was weighing on you as you went in there. You want to represent country music. You want to represent the flag of country music. You want to represent your family and God the best you can, right? So you get out there and hope people show up. And if they do, you play. Well, tonight, Sirius is telling us that everybody's going to be in their seats in there. So now you show up and you think about, okay, this ain't 1 million people, but there's probably been 100 names that's played that house that you want to represent. People that are gone. You know, last time I was in that place, I think we saluted either Jack Green or Jim Ed Brown, you know. And that's what I love too about the Opry, that family out there, whether it be at what I call the Opry or the Ryman, either one. Those things are cool, and when you step on that stage, that's kind of who you want to represent, or those people that have been there before. So I think that's probably the biggest thing between this and Central Park is just Central Park, you were trying to represent country music as it was. Here, I think you're trying to represent country music as it is, as it was, and of course, always if we're a family moving together, hopefully the future of it. Yes, ma'am.
I'm assuming that you're mentioning times that that you were in the Ryman as a guest, and I'm wondering if you could give us some more memories of perhaps concerts that you went to, maybe in the 80s, if you the first time you entered the Ryman and your feelings with that, and also you've been rehearsing over there, and I would like to hear some reaction about what it was like to hear your voice in that space with those great acoustics, and if you tried it out without amplification.
Okay, so you know, not only not playing the Ryman, not stepping a foot in the Ryman, couldn't. It wasn't until Harlan Howard's funeral, where my wife said, Harlan is a dear friend of mine, I'm not missing this funeral, and your big butt is getting in the Ryman. I hadn't stepped foot in there, I wouldn't.
Why?
Scared to death. That's where the legends live, man. It's always killed me. Never the Opry. I've been a member of the Opry, thank God, for 25 years, and every time they go to the Ryman, they say, come on, play. I said, I can't. That's the house, man. That's where the serious ones played, you know. And I'm not talking Sirius XM either. I'm talking serious. I mean, you're talking the big names there. So that's always kind of been a place. So why waiting 25 years to step foot in there to play? Not saying that you're trying to earn your spot in there, but hopefully after tonight, if everything goes well, hopefully you get to be asked back.
And the acoustics?
Acoustics are phenomenal.
Did you try it without amplification?
Yes, and I'm cheated because I tried He Stopped Loving Her Today without amplification in there. That song sounds good pretty much anywhere, you know? But yeah, there's something about the house. It's just what it is. And you know, the historians, you know, have been kind of raining on you since you've announced this date. Because they say people come in and they go, well, the building has history, but they don't know what that history is. So they're giving you all these facts of, you know, they've been ready to pull the whole show out of there, the gospel hour, because they didn't have pews and they had chairs. And they surprised them one morning with all the pews, and they were all wood. And then they started comparing it to a guitar, how it resonates with all of the wood. I thought that was cool. And somebody, as a joke the other day, said, why did they carpet this place? I thought that was funny. It sounds amazing. And it's, again, man, it sounds very, and I keep using this word over again, very welcoming, crazy. That's a good feeling when you're scared to death in or something that makes you feel at home.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Garth, you talked about how it sounds. How did it feel?
Oh, God. I don't want to tell you how it felt, because it would sound egotistical if I told you how it felt. But the Queen was there, so any ground you're standing on when she's there feels good. But it was good. She was kind of there to kind of hold my hand and get it going. But you look around, you see Jimmy Mattingly's face, that fiddle, and you hear the start of Much Too Young, and hopefully you're at home, you know, with your music. But yeah, it felt fantastic. It really did. I hope it feels that good tonight. Yes, sir.
Hunter Kelly was
How
very
you doing,
country.
Hunter?
Good to see you.
The Queen said say hey. She's
Oh, good. Well, so I've got a place, you know, Channel 55 already preset. I'm excited to hear what you've got planned as far as the music goes. Now, knowing your, you know, your box set that you did, you know, when you were in Vegas.
Yes.
I mean, it was all over the place. You got a lot of different influences. So are those going to be represented on there? Or is it going to be mostly country stuff?
I think if you think it's all over the place by the Vegas thing, it's going to be all over the place times 10 from there. Because Vegas didn't approach anything from the 90s forward as far as those influences. So, you know, I want to show the world. It's funny, you know, we talk about being out on tour, which you've been sweet enough to come out. Your data is telling you that 48% of your people out there, half your arena, is 10 years old or not even born yet last time you toured. So forgive me for doing this, but I take it upon myself. I've got half the arena that I have to make sure knows who Keith Whitley is. Oh my God. If you think you're country music listening, you got to know Keith Whitley. You got to know Straight. You know, you got to know the guy that single-handedly turned this whole industry around, took it back to traditional sound and made it bigger than it was even before. You got to know Randy Travis. You have to. So, those influences are going to be on that channel for sure, because I want to educate anybody that, you know, maybe wasn't born yet in the 90s that listens to country music. But then at the same time, you got to show them how a guy like Joe Nichols, how can he sound so much like Haggard? Because the gap is too wide. Then you find out that his big hero is Whitley. Well, at least Hero was Haggard. So, okay, here it all starts to fall again. So that's kind of what I want to do. I want to do the future. Love to do the new sounds. And we've got the right people collected for that. My thing is, my input is, do I like it? Yeah, it goes on the channel. That's it. What format? Doesn't matter. So you're going to hear Ray Charles, Lady Gaga, to George Strait, to Bruno Mars. You betcha. You're going to hear all that. With some Garth thrown in there. Some places. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name's Lori Liebig. I work for Wide Open Country.
Hi, Miss Lori.
Hi. So with the launch of your channel and with all the social media work you've been doing, I feel like you've stayed really connected with the younger audience, country listeners. How does it feel to know that your music still resonates with millennials and the younger generation who are probably going to be in the audience tonight?
Very sweet. I think, first of all, it's all about the music. So for a kid to come up to me that's there with his mama, and his mama looks like she's about 10 years, 20 years younger than me. So she was probably by her parents. Garth is in there. But for that little 10-year-old kid, when I say, what's your favorite song? I'm thinking it's going to be the Thunder Rolls because of the thunder. And he says, Unanswered Prayers. Wow, really? Unanswered Prayers? You get it. So I think, well, this is tough. If it was, let's say it's somebody else's music. I think if it's written well enough, I think that it's going to hit, no matter what your age is, it's hopefully going to hit something in you. And the writer of that song, Pat Alger, along with Larry Bastian, two of the greatest writers this town has ever known. So I think that's cool, and that's why I love to see them out there. I love to see the kids out there. They're so young that they have to have, the big dead phones. A lot of girls with little pink ones, but yet they're singing every word, every song. It's really, really sweet. But nothing today, nothing forever is about the artist, because I don't think that artist is going to get remembered if it isn't for the music that they do, especially not generations. One generation might have an artist that pulled off something that only the generation witnessed. That's not going to feed to the other ones. It's the music that's going to get you to all walks of life.
You look great. It is scary when you come that close.
That's what my wife says. Yes, sir.
Billy Dukes with Taste of Country.
Hey, Billy.
Will you play any of the new music you've been working on, either on the Garth channel when it opens up, or at the Ryman tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a delicate balance between the Garth channel and then country music radio, what we call terrestrial radio. Those are your guys. Those are the guys that have brought you where you're at. This is long before Sirius was here, long before streaming was here. So I think it's that delicate balance of making sure they understand that you're a brother with them, always bringing music. So it's probably people that want to play the music, give them the way. You give them, you take the ball and run. For those that don't want to play the music, then we've got another place to play it, right here on the Garth channel. So it's not going to be a high pressure thing. Just going to be just a common sense. If it works for you, great, then run with it. If it doesn't, then we'll play it on our channel, kind of thing. But you said new stuff too. Reminds me, because you were talking about the Facebook live thing. There was a question, were we going to do anything new at the Ryman tonight? The answer was no, because they're just focusing on it until this one song came up. Then yes, we'll have some new stuff off the new album tonight. It'll be featuring the Queen, which is always real comfortable to. If you're going to try something, do it with your best friend, kind of thing. So that's probably when we're gonna try it somewhere in the show with her.
All right, 5-year note or a 2-year note?
I can just tell you this: my retiring days are behind me. I want to either drop dead doing it or get thrown out doing it. So that's it. So don't know what we're going to do after this North American leg's over. The Queen has always wanted to do Broadway, and she can do it very well. So Garth might return the favor of her letting me run full out for 3 years and run up to New York and just see what she wants to do. And I'll be Mr. Yearwood, and I'll have the house ready when she gets home, all clean and everything, all that stuff.
But aren't you having more fun now than you did when we met 27 years ago?
Look at me, don't you? I mean,
It looks like you're having fun.
And the reason why I think you are is because you're at this age.
Yeah.
I mean, this tour, again, man, how do you say it without ringing your own bell. We did 3 years in 96 cities. In the 90s, our heyday, 3 years in 96 cities to move 5 million tickets. We're getting ready to move our 5th million ticket if it just keeps going in 2 years in 50-some cities. How in the world is that possible? It feels so lucky that the people are showing up, not just in the numbers they're showing up, with the attitude they're showing up, and they're excited. Fun. Your work, you go out there and you go, wow, how do you do 2 shows in one night? Well, it's simple. It starts like this. I've got, and then you're done. Next song comes up, well, I'm ashamed. Okay, you got it. And they just sing it all night long. You don't do anything. It's so much fun just to watch them sing. I can do that all night long. Yes, sir.
George from Westwood One.
Hey, George.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
You've always been so respectful and polite when you perform, going back to the very beginning. But you have a song in your set that you do every night that you quoted just a second ago. That has this third verse, this last verse to it that you don't do in certain places. Will you do it tonight?
Oh, yeah.
And will they do it on Sirius XM?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they will. I can't imagine a Garth Brooks live show without, we actually have 2 songs that fit that bill. Thunder Rolls has a 3rd verse, and so does Friends of the Places. It kind of fits the live thing, which is going to be fun. But we'll do it. We'll do it out of reverence. If "Kiss My Ass" is the worst line that comes out of that house, because I'm going to be nervous, If that's the worst thing that comes out of that mouth, I'll be good. But it's yeah, it's just excited. And once the live thing, when they say, "Have you thought about the show tonight?" All I'm trying to do right now is just get to where the music starts. If I can get to where the music starts, that's what I know. That's like jumping in a pool. It's just getting to the pool. Right, so that's what I'm hoping is, and just not fall apart, not say anything too stupid before I get to put that guitar on it and walk out and do what I believe I was put down here to do. Fair enough. Good seeing you. Yes, ma'am.
This is a great night, but you have another great night coming up with the Musicians Hall of Fame. Could you talk
very
about
sweet.
that honor that's coming out?
Yeah. For those that do not know, we were the G-Men. The guys that made all the records were inducted into their induction is coming into the Worldwide Music Hall of Fame and Musicians Hall of Fame. And I got to tell you, of all the things, it's like, how many people in here have babies? How many people have kids? Okay, so you'll get this. The greatest compliment you can ever get in your life is on your children. That's the greatest compliment you'll ever get. Well, the greatest compliment as an artist that you'll ever get is when they recognize the people that allow you to be that artist. And that's those 7 guys, man. That's Milton, Mike, God rest his soul, Marquez Stevens, Bobby Wood, Rob Hajakis, Chris Lusinger, and of course Bruce Boughton, those 7. So those guys are all going into the Hall of Fame. And what I thought was cool, because they're all one band and one, because every other band that's in there seems to be like the Wrecking Crew that played on a lot of people's different records. The guys out from LA, the guys from Philadelphia are going in this year, but they played on all these different records. Those guys did individually play on everybody else's records, but as a group, they played on one artist. And what I love is the engineer that did all those records and the producer that did all those records, they're recognized as well as one of those units. Because the truth is, Bobby Wood doesn't play the intro to the dance unless Alan Reynolds goes, hey, maybe we should break the front of this down a little bit. That's a musician in my book. So glad to see the 7 and the 2 guys are going in. Very proud. Probably one of the most proudest nights of my life for somebody else, but still I'll be busting at the seams. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Kind of like for your children? It's cool. Good people.
Garth?
Yes?
This lady's had her hand up
Yes,
for a
ma'am.
long time.
Sorry, I'm Sam with Country Music Minute.
Hi, Sam. That's Nancy. She's the boss.
Nancy. Nice to meet you. You said you will feature artists like Lady Gaga and Ray Charles, but I'm just curious, what about new and emerging artists? And I know there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Will you actually be handpicking those artists if you were to have them on your channel?
Yeah, and I think, for one, it's everything in life, especially in this business. I'm sure it's what in Hollywood, I'm sure it's what anything, who you know, for sure. So let's talk about a girl named Karen Rochelle, who does background vocals for us. Karen Rochelle might be one of the most talented singer-songwriters to ever walk the face of the planet, not just this town. Anyway, unbelievable. You want to play her stuff? You betcha. A guy named Mitch Rossell, Mitch is a sweet guy, right here in Tennessee. He's from Tennessee, and talented as all get out. So the fact that you know these guys will definitely, help in their way there. And then anybody else that you hear, you just want to play good music, and you want to turn people on to that good music. I think that's what radio's job has always been. They're kind of a brother with music, and the fact that if there's a window between the people that allow an artist and the people allow him to be an artist, that radio is window. I mean, that window is radio. Yes, ma'am.
We have a lot of people giving you love on Facebook Live right
very
now.
Sweet. Is this your Facebook Live or my
Yes,
Facebook Live? All of us?
we're sharing it all together right
Very
now.
good.
They're on your
Thank
page
you.
as well. So we have a question from Marley asking how you prepared for the show tonight. Were there any artist or historic concerts you were hoping to kind of channel and things that inspired you when you were putting your show together?
No, I think the thing is, it's the people in the seats. The very first question is, what do they want to see? What do they want to hear? I'll pay tribute to the people that have paved the way for guys like me and everybody else to get to go into that house. But once that tribute is done, it's going to be Garth music all night long. But I think once you get there, once you've paid that respect, and this word I've never understood, some people say homage, some people say homage, but once you pay that, right, then I think you have to do your thing. Do I want to play George Strait all night? Yes, I do. But hopefully those people that are in those seats came to hear the river. They came to hear the dance. They came to hear Two of a Kind working on a full house. That's what I'm hoping, because that's what we're bringing.
Garth.
Yes.
Nancy says one more.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do one-on-one at the side of the stage.
Okay. If you would ask Nancy, we'll try and get. There's been 2 or 3, so we'll
Sure.
try and
Okay.
wrap them up real quick. You want to start here? Hello. How are you?
Charlotte, I'm
I was worried that I'd lost you. How are you doing?
I'm here, I'm safe.
Good.
Thanks. Hey, Garth, everything you do has so much meaning, purpose, and is so well thought out.
Oh, very sweet. My wife doesn't think that. That's very sweet.
Is there any significance to the number 55 on channel?
No. It was if you want to make a splash, you want to kind of be. They were sweet enough to offer the very first of the country channels. It was really nice because my number's 7. They said no. So, but they thought, what if we put you at the very front? So, with that, is that an ego thing? Yeah, but is it also a responsibility thing? You betcha. You want to represent country music at its best, but all music at its best too. So I think that's what I love. It's just great music. Who's the greatest voice that's ever graced country music at all? George Jones. Who's the greatest country artist that ever lived? Merle Haggard. This is just my opinion, but since this name's on the channel, I get to pick that stuff, So I'm excited about that. Of course, the King's going to be on there all the time because I'm a huge Strait fan, and I think a lot of people are huge Strait fans. So going to be a lot of stuff, and there'll be a female named Trisha Yearwood on there quite a lot, which I'm excited about. She's also, I don't know if we can announce this yet, so if we can't, just forget I said this. She's, I think she's going to do her show on there. She's going to be one of the DJs that'll have a show every week. So that woman's got great taste in music, and so you'll probably hear a lot of her heroes: Dolly, Amy Lou, Loretta, Linda Ronstadt for sure, and some other stuff too. So yeah, that's why 55 is done. We get everybody? Yes, ma'am.
Well, I have a request disguised as a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it'd be so cool to hear you have conversations with other musicians. Will you do any interviews on the channel at all?
Yeah, I would like to. I've always wanted to interview other musicians because in this world, I don't know, it seems like everybody, and this is weird, I'm in this, and I still think like somebody who's not in it. When George Strait walks in a room, I'm all over him like a teenage girl, and I can't stop myself. So I'm sitting here going, well, of course you don't hang out and play cards with Reba McEntire every night just because you do the same thing. But I'm thinking, do they? Do other artists do that? So yeah, I'd like to ask those questions. I'd like to ask those questions if people are scared shitless every time they go out on stage. I want to ask somebody that, because I am. And I get to ask my wife, but we're so kind of alike, the answers are always the same. She's scared to death every time she walks out there. But that's kind of the fun of it, But yeah, I would like to learn that from other people. I missed a great opportunity for a guy that was just so cool I couldn't be his buddy, and that was Chris Ledoux. You know, sweet guy, always treated me like a regular guy. I never could treat him that way, and just because he's an idol. So I would kind of find it as I get older in life to maybe not love things so much that you never see them, not love things so much that you would never talk to them. I know that's crazy, but as you get older, you learn. So that's why I'm looking forward to tonight, simply to get to do it again. Yes, sir.
Cody Allen from CNT.
Hey, Cody, how you been?
Good to see you.
You
Really
look
good.
great.
Really good.
Everybody
Congratulations
looks
on
good.
you. Yeah, what's that?
Everybody looks good. You guys look the same. That's it. You know,
The lights are very dark.
Yeah.
Curious about the CMA Awards. Obviously, you're up for Entertainer of the Year again. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
One of the top 5 there. You're obviously keeping up with the competition. Does that even cross your mind, keeping up with the current crop of country stars, or is that just?
Yeah, I mean, you're a competitor. You're former wore the uniform. I'm not to say former athlete, but I wore the uniform, and so yeah, you want to compete. You want to represent your part of the flag the best that you can. The thing with the entertainer, it's odd because I don't know. I mean, we can look at the history of things. I don't know the last time that an independent artist was up for entertainer, not belonging to a major label. So first and just foremost in that was quite a flattering invitation. I say. If it would fall our way, would that band and that crew deserve it? You bet your ass. Nobody works more. First 100 shows, Cody, was done in 77 nights. These guys work, man. As much as we can work. I haven't worked since I roofed houses when I was 23. But if you want to call music work, these guys work. They put in the hours, and they're always gone from their families. They do their thing, and they play their butts off. So, Entertainer of the Year for me would go to those guys every year, hands down, because I'm out there right in the trenches with them and seeing what they do all the time, and they do amazing work.
Thank you so
Good,
much.
we got everybody? Everybody good? Thank you guys for being so sweet.